most likely going to live to regret this decision, but I've already started recording, so it's too late at this point. We are going to take another journey, another voyage down a rabbit hole of our favorite mad scientist, the deranged madman himself, the Theorizer. Every series that we've watched from the Theorizer has led me to questioning not only everything that I have enjoyed in life as a small child, but it also has me questioning my current existence and the reality plane that we all currently reside on. Everything I know and love in my life is a lie, and now my heart is filled with emptiness, blackness, and it's just an empty void filled with nothing, wandering aimlessly amongst the space-time continuum. Not only do we have yet another conspiracy theory series, but it's for the entire Pixar universe. Dear God, I'm not emotionally prepared for this. The many mysteries of Monsters, Inc. solved. Roz Part 1. This kind of scares me, dude, because Roz is one of those characters in Monsters, Inc. who's just there. Like, she's just there, doesn't really do a whole lot. She's at, like, the beginning and the end, dude, and that's really it. So the fact that he somehow cooked up an entire backstory on the history of Roz kind of terrifies me a little bit.
Hello, I'm the Theorizer,
Hey,
and
man.
my humor is about as real as the imaginary number. Only
Yeah.
math-oriented people will get that joke. But hold up, what's this?
I got it, get it? Because it's imaginary, so it's not real. It's a number, so it's not real either. It's math, so I hate it.
Time I'm writing this script, this channel has 140,000 subscribers.
And now look at him today, baby! 866K, bro! Look at him, I'm so proud!
The past
I feel
few
like a
months
proud
have
father,
been
dude.
absolutely fantastic
Let's
for
go.
views and subs, so thanks for checking out my content. But what I'm going to do today
If
is
you
bring
haven't already, go give Theorizer a big old wet, sloppy, juicy spanking on his like and sub, dude. And if you don't, I'll know. And I will find you.
a revised
I'll
theory.
send the mafia with baseball bats. You'll wake up in a foreign location.
If you are new or you don't know what I mean, a revised theory is where I take one of my older videos and improve it by making it more plausible, better edited, and better explained. I do it
little
rarely,
more
but
psychotic
it's
as well.
fun to look back at them. So let's get into this one. The video I will be revising today is an extremely short video I made on Monsters, Inc. This video was underviewed, had a robotic voice in the background, and was only a minute long. And because it was so poorly explained, I must bring back
I don't know,
this
man. I feel like
idea
a
today
minute is
to
plenty
show
of
why.
time.
Monstropolis needs monsters to gather the screams of children in order to fuel their city. Ugh, sounds creepy when I say it like that. But if you're wondering how they could possibly...
Dude, the explanation is kind of freaky. They collect the screams of terrifying children in order to fuel and power the city. Sounds like a city I want to live in.
do this, well, I believe I know. The monsters could be harnessing the children's sound energy, which explains why the louder they scream, the more energy the monsters receive. And when they say laughter is more powerful, that makes sense, as a long, loud laugh will give off more energy when doing the actual
Okay. Yep. Right. Perfect. And then carry the one. And then go, yep, I understand all of that.
math. But basically, the monsters are clearly converting whatever essence human laughter has through loudness into energy. And in the movie, there is a severe energy crisis. So what causes this? Let's get into it. Mr. Waternoose controls all of the doors and the whole facility, so he should know all of what is going on. He tells Sullivan and a few others that kids
The capitalist, dude! Look at him! He built just like a typical capitalist, bro. Really, I can't escape, dude. I am forever chained.
So he should know all of what is going on. He tells Sullivan and a few others that kids just aren't as scared as they used to be, but he has been shown to be an excessive liar, doing anything to benefit the company. He says he'll kidnap 1,000 children and silence the snitches just to save his company, and I'm thinking that maybe liar, doing anything to benefit the company. He says he'll kidnap 1,000 children and silence the snitches just
Dude, that's one of those things when you're a kid and it just goes right over your head, dude. You know what I'm saying? You just see him as just some like angry old fat dude, bro. But then you hear it as an adult. I will kidnap 1,000 children and execute the snitches. That is crazy. How did I miss that, bro?
Save his company.
I ain't watched Monsters Inc. in a long
that
time.
Maybe in the past, he has done all of this before. That's terrifying. But it's not the point of this theory, so let's shift our focus back to my actual idea. You could argue that he was telling the truth, and that with the progression of violent movies and video games, kids seriously aren't that scared anymore. This door-scaring method clearly used to work, but at some point it became inefficient, and it only took a few years. So why did it stop working? Kids don't just suddenly change for little to no reason. If a kid watched Saw and Kill Bill, but then had a huge, fluffy, spiky, purple-blue, polka-dotted horned bear come out of their closet, they'd jump out their window. Films and games wouldn't raise kids in that way. No, the shortage really occurs.
I don't know, dude. What's more terrifying? Saw forcing you to compete in a life-changing game of survival where if you fail, you die, and if you win, you are mortally wounded. Those effects will linger for you for the rest of your life. You will most likely experience traumatic PTSD and Vietnam flashbacks on the regular, and most likely have to be admitted to a psych ward. Or a giant, fluffy, blue and purple, polka-dotted, cuddly bear. Dude, I think Sully's got that in the bag, bro. I don't know, dude. I think Sully's got that in the bag.
And Randall. If you're one of the 8,000 people who watched my initial theory, you know exactly where I'm going with this. Strap in, I'm about to go nutty conspiracy theorist on y'all.
Be prepared.
Wanting to become more popular than Sullivan, Randall redirects a ton of hard-earned sound energy to his power-sucking machine and causes the energy crisis to become much more severe than before. He gets Waternoose on board to fund his project by manipulating him with the blind thought that his company was failing, putting him into a state of panic after 3 generations of perfection. This would force Waternoose, Monstropolis, and the employees of Monsters Incorporated to turn to his revolutionary machine, which would skyrocket him into popularity for saving a city's electricity.
Dude! Randall is an evil genius! I love it! I love it, dude! And he invented a sucking machine! I'm sure you know where I'm going with that, dude. He invented a sucking machine, bro. I'm sure it can be used for much more than extracting screams, bro. There's a lot more that can be extracted out of the body with that damn machine, bro. And he uses it to become a multi-billionaire genius. Genius!
Which would skyrocket him into popularity for saving a city's electricity. And that was what I was trying to get across before. But now let's actually look at how each aspect of it fully applies. Randall has been shown to be extremely envious of Sullivan, and he constantly tries beating him. During the Scream Extractor...
I wouldn't say envious of Sullivan. I'd say Randall just wants to be the best. You know what I mean? Randall wants to be number one, the big dog, the head honcho. And the one dude standing in his way is Sully. So I don't think he's envious or jealous of Sully. I think he just wants to be on top, and the current competition on top is Sully. That's what I think.
Sullivan, and
he's a natural born winner. Maybe that's why I gravitate so much to Randall. Evil genius, masterful plan. Okay, a need to win, a hunger for success. It's like me if I was a lizard.
Envious of Sullivan, and he constantly tries beating him. During the Scream Extractor scene, Mike asked him if he was being
Listen, hear me out, dude. Hear me out. You can't tell me that this isn't in the perfect spot, that if Randall stands up on this chair, dude, you can't tell me I'm wrong.
So he could do things to get popular. Randall completely denied it. But we know that's a lie. How? Well, Waternoose tells Randall that he is half as scary as Sullivan, and Randall glares at him with anger. If that is not enough to prove that this whole thing was just out of jealousy, then how about when he literally is killing Sullivan, and he says how he's going to be #1? Quite the odd prediction, unless he knew that his machine was going to make him popular. Now the energy redirection part. In the tunnels of this facility, all of the wires, electricity, and power redirection occurs. All of the Scream canisters are held and exported in these tunnels. Everything to do with power. All of the cords. And this machine uses a ton of power. Its plug, massive, and it uses dozens of huge cords to function. This is a waste of so much hard-earned power. There are so many scare floors, and this machine is using up all of that energy, time, and money. Randall is taking it all, and this machine is a part of it. This
Genius,
plan
I love
only
it.
Increases
It's
the
devious.
intensity of the crisis. Also, if something happens during export, the rest of the process will be messed up. That's
Randall is artificially creating a nationwide crisis just so he can fuel his business and become a billionaire, dude. He's like capitalism go to his
how
head.
everything works. So since this facility is the power export and the whole city is messed up, it can be assumed that something in this factory is wrong. This many scare floors, it's been working for years. Things don't just suddenly change. It's when Randall got there. Now this part. Waternoose had no idea where all of the power was going. He knew that there was an increase in dead doors, but was still confused. When Randall approaches him with the Scream Extractor idea, Waternoose is desperate. Randall has legitimately caused the biggest and most secretive loss of energy in the history of Monster.
Dude, he got over on his own boss. He got over on his own boss. That's hard.
He manipulates his
That's
boss
hard.
into funding his machine. Waternoose is clearly very desperate. He knows just how shameful it would be to let down a huge company after it was in his family for 3 generations. He can't take it and is easily blindly manipulated by Randall in an act of sheer desperation. And finally, the whole point of this, Randall's jealousy. He redirects the energy to his wasteful machine, manipulates the CEO,
It's not wasteful,
and then
very
hopes
useful,
that everybody
my
will
opinion.
find his machine as a savior to the power crisis he heavily added to. Now that is villainous.
And I love
Notice
it.
how confident he is that his whole plan will work. He says in the change room that he knows he will win. He says it so eerily. The winds of change. And he wasn't referring to the Scream Extractor. Oh no. Clearly, that was the attitude of a winner. A jealous, sore loser.
He knew it. Look at this. Look at the look in his eyes. He knew he was committing homicide at this moment. At this moment, he knew that what he had to do was off the ops. He knew it.
Finally, maniacally happy to win. Then one scene later on the scare floor, Sullivan says, "May the best monster win," and Randall says, "I plan to. I plan to. I plan to. I told you so." This whole thing was for his popularity.
Shout out Randall,
But
bro.
I'm not done. Oh no, I have lots to add. About Roz, actually. Yes, the sluggish CEO of the CDA. I want to
I forgot that this entire episode was about Roz. I forgot that this is a Roz part 1, and we've just been dealing with Randall.
finally figure out what exactly the CDA does. Well, I hear you informally verbalizing they child detect. Yes, but not in the way the movie...
Dude, if we had these dudes here in America, we wouldn't be in a pandemic anymore.
Oh no, I was, actually. Yes, the sluggish CEO of
If
the CDA.
we had this gang here in America, bro, I'm telling you, dude, we'd be breathing free.
I want to finally figure out what exactly the CDA does. Well, I hear you informally verbalizing they child detect. Yes, but not in the way the movie may have you believe at first glance. I actually think that they might have created the rumor that kids were dangerous at first glance.
Why am I just noticing right now at this moment that Roz has titties? Why am I just finding out that Roz got some titties, bro?
Think that they might have created the rumor that kids were dangerous, as it could allow them to catch the kidnappers. The CDA is out there to protect kids, not prevent them. Now that's something. What did they do on the night Boo got out? They put spotlights on several monsters, which is a bit weird. Unless you consider that they were looking for the kidnappers, thinking that the kid was with them. Yes, these are clever observations. And before I go, I want to readdress that very first point. The point I made about Waternoose and Randall kidnapping others before Boo.
Interesting.
If Roz was undercover, it means that
so the 2319 gang, they're not scared of the children. They're protecting the children from the freaky weirdos and the monster.
Kidnapping others before Boo. If Roz
Dude, I knew everything I knew was a lie, bro.
Cover, it means that there was a previous outbreak of child kidnappings that the CDA was made aware of. Wait, but that means Randall and Waternoose have been doing this forever. Just how long has Roz been working there? 2.5 years, according to her. But all of this leaves one final question. Where did those children go? Well, they can't be released into the city, and a machine like this
don't do this! Don't! This is gonna be bad, dude.
So
this is gonna be bad.
They've killed the kids.
I knew it, dude. I knew it!
What does Waternoose say? I'll kidnap 1,000 children. He'd do it, and he began to. Feel that? I sure did. Childhoods everywhere, shattering at that thought.
My!
A murderous...
So, Waternoose and Randall kidnap and murder children for their own capitalistic agenda, dude. I'm starting to not like Randall so much anymore, dude, because this is kind of fucked.
Deranged and misunderstood crustacean, and a manipulative, jealous, insane reptile.
Listen, I know kids are violent, sticky, angry, aggressive, chaotic beings, okay? It's a little much.
They actually killed. That's the most chilling discovery I've made all year, and now I will abruptly leave you with those messed up thoughts. Until next time.
Thanks, man. Wonderful, dude. So we found out that Randall is the evil mastermind behind all of the issues at Monsters, Inc. And Roz is the leader of the Child Protection Service, CPS, literally the head of CPS, preventing more kids from being kidnapped and brutally slaughtered at the evil hands of Waternoose and Randall, dude. This was a lot to unpack. This is a 10-minute video. There's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot going on, bro. Dear God. And we still got a whole series, bro.